Good evening. Agent Orange had sickened a generation of soldiers during the Vietnam War.
But now we are learning the toxic herbicide is making a new generation of people sick, people born well after the war. Our investigative reporter Ben Hall talks with a veteran fighting to get medical benefits for his daughter.
James Cripps fought the Veterans Administration for years to get his medical benefits. Now he's fighting for his daughter and hoping it helps others like her. It's one of the dark chapters of the Vietnam War.
Stand by the jets.
The military sprayed Agent Orange, a poisonous, toxic herbicide, on the dense jungles of Vietnam.
We're spraying out. Warrior spraying out.
The millions of gallons quickly killed plants, but it also sickened those who came in contact with it, including a generation of soldiers.
When I got wounded, I didn't know it. I had no reason to suspect it. There would have been no way to have proved it.
We first interviewed James Cripps back in 2008 as he was fighting to get medical benefits from the Veterans Administration for his exposure to Agent Orange.
This is in 1971 when I got out of the Army. You can see all of the marks on my face, on my neck.
His case was remarkable because he never set foot in Vietnam. After our interview and years of fighting with the VA, he became the first veteran to prove he was exposed to Agent Orange while serving inside the United States at Fort Gordon in Georgia, where he worked as a game warden.
They pointed their finger at me and they said, "Mr. Cripps, we have never, ever used Agent Orange inside the continental United States." So I had to come from there.
Cripps gets full medical benefits today, which pay for the pills that keep him alive. He won his claim after proving the chemical he sprayed on the lakes at Fort Gordon was Agent Orange.
I won the claim because I didn't sleep. VA did. I was in there doing research all night long, every night. I couldn't let it rest.
But he now faces a new battle.
I also have documentation.
His daughter has a rare and deadly blood disorder that has almost killed her.
Every day, am I going to relapse? Am I not going to relapse? I try to not let the fear rule my life. I try to just go on as if, nothing's wrong.
Mandy Plemons' condition is called TTP, which causes blood clots that block oxygen to her organs. Letters from her doctors tie her condition to Agent Orange. One states, it is at least as likely as not her TTP is a direct result of her exposure to Agent Orange due to her father's military service.
When you come back to the source of the problem, that's me. The day I signed to enlist, I got to take the blame for that. I got to blame myself.
A claim for me as his child, an exposed veteran.
Now Plemons and her dad have filed a groundbreaking claim with the VA that could open the door for a new generation to get VA benefits because of their father's exposure to Agent Orange.
I'm not looking for a big fat check from the government. That's not it. I want to know that my medical expenses are covered if it's due to my father's exposure to Agent Orange.
There's an entire Facebook group called Children of Vietnam Veterans with Agent Orange. It's a forum where nearly 1,000 people discuss their medical conditions that they believe are caused by their parents' exposure. Currently, the VA covers children born with spina bifida if either parent served in Vietnam. It also covers other birth defects if a child's mother served in Vietnam. But many conditions caused by a father's exposure, like Mandy Plemons, are not recognized.
We just want the VA to recognize it, to admit it first, recognize it, and then allow us to start proving our claims on a case-by-case basis.
Plemons first filed in 2016, but 4 years later, she feels no closer to getting covered.
We knew that they would give us stall tactics. They would, say that I didn't have the right documentation or just flat out deny it.
When you have war, there's a price for that war.
Cripps believes his claim and many others were delayed or denied because of the cost.
And you start with this right here.
But now he's worried about the cost for his daughter.
Someday, if she relapses, she could lose everything. Her home, her job.
Now she's following her dad's lead.
I learned from the best, you don't give up. You keep going until you're not on this earth to fight anymore, or until you get them to admit that you're correct.
The VA says it is reaching out to Plemons about her years-old claim. It said currently more than 1,100 children of veterans get medical benefits because of their parents' exposure to Agent Orange. But in a statement, the VA said there is no conclusive proof a parent's exposure to Agent Orange impacts the child. You can read their entire statement online.